Hi, I'm Natalie.
I'm Noelle. We're the Stewart Sisters.
When preparing your property to sell, what's the number one question or concern sellers have? What's the bottom line? What kind of cash will I have after paying off all the mortgages and other selling costs?
The first task will be to get the current payoff on all mortgages, home equity lines, and liens on the property that need to be paid off prior to selling. To do this, you will need to contact the mortgage holder. No bank or cash buyer will complete a purchase without all the mortgages being paid off at the closing. Don't select your real estate agent based on who says they can get you the most money. An agent doesn't have to sell your house in order to make money. Deceitful agents will agree to any price to get them the listing. If your house has great curb appeal, the sign and marketing photos will generate lots of buyers' calls.
The agent will divert these calls to sell more reasonably priced properties, knowing your property is overpriced and it would not appraise to get the loan, even if you did get a full list price offer. It's like free advertising for the agent to pick up buyers.
I suggest that you select your agent based on their abilities and experience. A listing agent that makes you feel comfortable and secure. Remember, a good full-time agent will have spent years learning the business.
The pricing decision should be made by you. You should have studied all the available and recently sold property statistics in your area. This will help you determine a price. An experienced agent will have this information for you. The length of time on the market is directly affected by the initial pricing of your property. Pricing high means you have to wait for the market to rise to your price. That's okay if prices are going up and you have time to wait.
However, a long time on the market can mean your property grows stale. Local agents get it fixed in their minds your property is overpriced or bad value. Remember, these agents showed your property when it was new to the market.
When a true professional does their work, it looks easy. Anyone can paint, right, Noelle? I thought I could paint until we had a professional painting crew paint our office. When I had painted at my house, it wasn't even an hour before the paint was flying everywhere. The painting crew had been in our offices for 2 days preparing before the first drop of paint was applied. When they had finished, it was the best paint job I've ever seen. They knew how to do all the preparation work needed for a truly professional job.
That's true with most things, including a real estate transaction. A professional real estate agent knows how to do the preparation work needed in order to make the buyer and seller feel like the process was totally effortless.
After death or divorce, selling or buying a house is one of the most traumatic and expensive experiences. Unfortunately, this brings out the worst in people. Simple situations are often magnified out of proportion and people lose sight of the goal.
A truly professional listing agent has great calming skills and keeps the transaction on track heading to closing.
An experienced real estate agent will advise the sellers on what needs to be done to make the property attractive and more desirable. Another thing they'll help with is determine the list price to make multiple offers come in quickly.
When the property comes on the market and is available, a good listing agent will handle the advertising and marketing. They'll coordinate showings, they'll assist co-agents and buyers in viewings and property information.
When the offers start to flow, the negotiations begin. Once the purchase and sale contract is signed, negotiations continue with the financing requirements, the inspection reports, the repair work, the contract stipulations, and all the nitty-gritty details all the way up to closing.
That's right, Natalie. A real estate agent must be a master negotiator. To anybody initially listing a property, they may think it's a good business decision to negotiate the real estate fees.
But any agent that's not confident in their own self-worth and can't prove their value will allow a seller to slice their commission fees.
That agent will be equally as unskilled in defending your list price and getting you top dollar.
We'll tell you a true life story, the difference between a bad and good listing agent. Once my father was working with a couple of buyers and they found a house that they loved. The house was listed for $175,000. The couple sat down with my father to write an offer.
He went online to the multiple list system and pulled a report of the recently solds in the neighborhood. After studying the report, it indicated that the comparable sales that the property should have been listed for $165,000.
The buyers were prepared to make an offer of $165,000. Prior to preparing the offer, my father contacted the listing agent to see why the house was overpriced by $10,000. He asked the listing agent, "The asking price of $175,000 is more than what my buyers are willing to pay." The listing agent replied, "Well, the sellers are desperate. Give me an offer of $150,000 and I'll get my sellers to accept it."
And that's exactly what my father did. The property closed at $150,000. If the listing agent had done a good job for her seller and not divulged the situation, then the seller would have been $15,000 richer.
Communications is the key to success for a good listing agent. Keeping in constant contact with all the lenders, closing attorneys, co-agents, appraisers, buyers, and sellers is vital. The devil is in the details.
If you're buying a home as well, that home has to be located and negotiated, and all details handled so everything can fall into place for a timely and smooth transaction from present home to new home.
Preparing for final approach to closing sometimes means the listing agent needs to do whatever is needed to have a smooth, drama-free sale and closing.
Yes, Natalie, that's a lot of details and follow-up. A good listing agent will make it look effortless. Also, a good listing agent will be an excellent buyer's agent for your next purchase.
Over the last 4 years, we've sold more than 1,500 properties, but we didn't do it alone. So now's the time to let me introduce you to the team and what the Stewart Sisters and Stewart team could do to benefit you.
Let me introduce our real estate family, starting with my father, Paul Stewart, the Englishman. He has been a licensed broker since 1985 and sold real estate full-time in Metro Atlanta. During that time, he sold a multitude of real estate, being one of the top producing agents in the RE/MAX system. He owned and operated a RE/MAX office for many years. He now handles the marketing and management of our team. His advice and knowledge in a real estate transaction is invaluable.
Our mother, Marta Stewart, is the broker at Stewart Brokers. She's been licensed since 1985 and has been assisting my father selling real estate for many years, as well as holding down a full-time job with Delta Airlines as a Spanish-speaking in-flight coordinator. After the 9/11 tragedy, she took early retirement and started working full-time in real estate. She also has a Georgia appraisals license and is a great source of information and knowledge when pricing properties. Her diplomatic negotiation skills are the best in the industry. All these skills are available for the successful sale of your property.
We have an administration team in our office that handles all the details of marketing and selling your property.
We spend a lot of time working on your sale and closing details. To help back us up when the buyer calls flood into our office is our buyer's agent team. They're there to handle showings and assist buyer needs.
That brings it to us, the Stewart Sisters. Let me introduce you to Natalie. She has been full-time on our team since 2007 and licensed in 2008. She is a power ball of energy and will stay on top of your needs during your sale of your property. She will handle showings, negotiations, and marketing throughout the sale of your property.
Let me introduce my twin sister, Naomi. She's a director at Stewart Brokers and worked full-time for our team prior to obtaining her law degree. She is now a practicing real estate attorney and is available to our team for legal issues that may affect your property and is always available to handle your real estate closing. That leaves the baby, my baby sister, Noelle. She's only 362 days younger than me. Noelle has been a full-time licensed agent since 2005. She is the backbone of our team. She is a skillful negotiator and has the ability to solve problems that may occur during your real estate transactions.
How can we benefit you?
The four of us have over 70 years of active real estate experience to handle almost any situation that could occur during your real estate transaction.
We've sold thousands of properties over the last 30 plus years in metropolitan Atlanta.
We know what we're looking for and the course to sale for a smooth real estate transaction.
Yes, we make it look easy because we know what we're doing.
We're the Stewart Sisters, here to get your property sold.